Hey folks, thank you very much for tuning in, as always. It is much appreciated. Now we've got some more news on the Wilfred Wong case, and also on Wilfred Wong himself. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to the little team of researchers and contributors who've made this video possible by keeping me aware of the situation as it unfolds, making me aware of information before even the local press has got a hold of it. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention names due to the topic, and the nature of this topic is that you can sometimes find yourself on the wrong end of a backlash if you are named in regards to it. But these people are contributing to my videos in a way that makes the videos possible. So I can only say thank you once again. So if you're not aware, regarding the Wilfred Wong case, Mr. Wong and his co-defendants were up in court today. It was a plea hearing, so they were there to tell the court how they intend to plead, as in whether they are guilty or not guilty. So the first bit of news that came out today was broadcast by Jeanette Archer. Now, Jeanette says that she attended the hearing. Jeanette, funnily enough, is actually a former guest of Sean Atwood, which is why I was quite surprised that she was, breaking this news. She's been on his podcast, though, talking about SRA, so I suppose it makes a little bit of sense. And looking into it, she released her video on Facebook. It does appear that she actually manages an SRA survivor support group, so I suppose that makes sense in that regard, that she would be attending the court hearing. She put out a 20-minute video on Facebook after the hearing, and she said a few different things in there. I'm going to link to her full statement down below in the description though, because I don't want to take anything out of context. So I'll just very briefly state what she said as it pertains to this case, and then I would suggest going to check out her video yourself. It's the Facebook link in the description. Bear in mind, of course, that this is only the word of Jeanette Archer, but of course there's no reason to disbelieve that she attended the court. She was perfectly entitled to do that, and she was filming outside the court afterwards, so I personally have no problem believing that she was there. So the key points to take away from Jeanette's video then is that Wilfred Wong is not in hospital. The rumours about him being attacked are not true. He is looking well and he is looking switched on. These are Jeanette's words. She says that Wilfred appeared in court via video link. I don't know the reason for that. It could be any number of mundane reasons, to be honest with you. And Wilfred Wong has pled not guilty to the charges. He isn't going to be released on bail. I believe that was decided at a previous hearing. So he's going to remain in custody until his trial begins, which is in August 2021. So he does have quite a long time to wait before his trial actually starts, and obviously he's been in custody since last month as well. Jeanette also said that the other co-defendants at this plea hearing all pled not guilty as well, apart from one of them. That differs slightly from the news report which came out later, I believe, from what I could gather anyway, but I'm going to go into that in just a second as well. She also said that 2 more people have been arrested, literally this week, she says. She describes them as elderly ladies and states that they were arrested for conspiracy. So with this being Monday, I presume when she says they were arrested literally this week, she means they were arrested either yesterday or today, or perhaps she maybe just meant that they were arrested in the last week or in the last few days. But either way, 2 more people have been arrested as part of this case, according to Jeanette Archer today. So that's all I'll say regarding Jeanette's statement. You can check out the full thing, as I say. I'll put a link in the description. A few hours later, we got a news report coming through from the Daily Post. I'm not sure if that's local to North Wales, but it's the Daily Post North Wales News edition anyway. I'll just go over that as well. It says, women plead guilty to conspiring to kidnap child. 5 other defendants deny charges over the alleged Anglesey incident and face trials next summer. 2 women have pleaded guilty to plotting to kidnap a child. 5 more people will go on trial for the same offence next summer. The guilty pleas were made at a preliminary hearing in the Crown Court on Monday morning. The judge told the women that they will be sentenced at the outcome of the trial of the 5 other defendants. It says here that the judge has made a court order banning the publication of the name of the child in the case and saying they should be referred to as Child X. and that the defendants each faced a charge that between the 1st of July 2020 and the 5th of November 2020 they conspired with others to kidnap child X. So after these two women pleaded guilty, the judge said, "It will attract credit so as to reduce the sentence when you're dealt with, but I can't sentence until the outcome of the trial of the others." Then it goes on to name the defendants who denied the charge, which was conspiring to kidnap the child. Wilfred Wong is one of those who's been named, so he's denied conspiring to kidnap child X. He's also denied possessing a knife, so he's pleaded not guilty to both of those things. The article also goes on to advise about that there's an inquest opened into the death of Robert Frith, who had also been charged with conspiring to kidnap a child. He died in prison, and there's going to be a full hearing into his death at some point in the future, apparently. So there's not really too much more to say regarding this. As I say, I'll pop the link in the description to Jeanette's statement. I'll put a link in the description as well to the news story, of course. The comments have been disabled. That is a decision that I've made. I personally think it's in the interests of everyone involved just to have the comments disabled at the moment. I think it's just the best thing to do regarding the videos, in this case anyway. So we'll leave it there, folks. If you haven't already heard, there is a new second channel myself and Wheezy have set up. We're calling it the Daddygate Podcast. We've just done that to be a bit cheeky, to be honest. We're trying to keep the name alive. We don't want the name to die. I think the intention is just to make it a little show where Wheezy and myself chat to each other, much like what you're probably used to on What Is Truth when Wheezy and myself get together. We'll be chatting all things Daddygate, of course, and just anything else really that comes to mind. But we'll exclusively put those podcast episodes onto that Daddygate Podcast channel, just to separate them a little bit from the What Is Truth podcast and also from my own channel as well. I'll pop a link in the description for that channel as well, so feel free to go down there and smash that subscribe button. We'll also be using it to put up videos that we can't put up on our respective channels for whatever reason, so things that might get flagged down, or if this channel goes down, for example, or if Wheezy's channel goes down, for example, it just gives us somewhere else, a little dead man switch, somewhere else to post content if necessary, or content that gets lost. So there we go, folks. I'll leave that there. Feel free to go down and subscribe to that channel in the description below as well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again for tuning in. Cheers, folks.